I am so excited to get this to you. This has been my most requested video since baby girl was born. And so here it is, finally laid out for you, a morning routine video with a 1-year-old. So first I start off, my alarm clock goes off about 4:40, 4:45 a.m. Honestly, I hit the snooze button usually about once, and then I just go ahead and get out of bed. My first thing I do is drink a huge glass of water with a energy drink in it. It's an all natural energy drink with like green tea and ginseng, but I'd much rather have like the hydration of water versus coffee just to start my day, get some liquid going, and instead of like dehydrating myself with more coffee. I've also been loving a lemon and ginger shot in the morning. So this is something that I've been making like once a week, and I just take like a tiny little shot in the morning. It's very zingy. It will light you up. In the colder weather, you could absolutely make this into tea and have some like honey in it. But it's warm outside right now, and so I'd rather just like take it as a shot, have that kind of punch first thing in the morning and like just get going. So I can 100% say it is never easy to get up this early, honestly, even though I've been doing it for a really long time now, but I never regret it. I never get to like 9 o'clock and be like, oh, I really wish like I had slept more. I honestly have more energy, probably just like feeding off of all the things that I've been able to knock out of my to-do list, like first thing, versus like kind of waking up feeling behind, or like waking up like with baby girl or hearing her wake up. Like I get now probably an hour and a half at least, before she wakes up, to like kind of like have my morning routine all set and like just a fresh way to start the day, and like me controlling the start of the day, not other things or a very tiny human. So now I head into my bathroom. I'm like just like chugging my energy drink. I like throw on a cardigan and be super cozy. So one of the biggest things I will say is, as soon as I like make up my energy drink, or like even as soon as I like roll out of bed, I turn on some kind of like uplifting or motivational podcast or YouTube video or something that's playing on my phone. So it's not just complete silence. Number one, that kind of wakes me up because I'm hearing voices. And it's really getting me like pumped up, motivated, and ready for the day. It gets my mindset right. I'm getting just like I'm feeding myself, instead of just kind of, fumbling through the morning. I'm like, my creative juices start flowing when I'm hearing other people talk, or maybe it's kind of like a morning like meditation thing. Obviously, I don't have my eyes closed. So yeah, that's the biggest thing that I have found is a big change in the morning, is having something playing in the background while I'm doing all of this. Also, I've really been loving putting like a drop of frankincense in my moisturizer in the morning. I don't know, I don't do oils, I don't know enough about them to speak intelligently, but I figure like if it's good enough for Jesus, then it's probably good enough for me. And my skin has been doing really amazing using it, adding it into my thing. So, and I just use like some eye cream and stuff like that. But again, like the biggest thing, and I will put like a list of the the podcast and like the motivational stuff that I like kind of have on just like repeat or on my like search bar. That is absolutely the biggest thing that I have found as like a bonus in my morning. It just helps me start my day with such a positive mindset, and it really it changed so much for me. So I also do a little bit of like gua sha. You see that I do like an eye serum, like all the like the fun stuff that you probably wouldn't be able to do if you were like in a time crunch rushing out the door, or if you had like a tiny human like pulling at your leg. So I'm kind of able to do everything that I personally want to do, by getting up, so early. And again, like I really haven't missed it. And so if you're not a morning person, you're just interested in like how to tweak your morning, like if there's one thing I can say is I don't think that you'll regret getting up that early. Like come 9 o'clock, I've never experienced a crash. So at this point, I'm going to sit down and do some work based on your work schedule, whether you work inside the home or outside the home. This may be the point in time, when you go ahead and knock out your workout for the day. Maybe your children are a little bit more mobile, they need a little bit more attention. So this would be a perfect time to do this. At this point, though, my baby girl is still working out with me. She'll play with her toys a little bit or climb all over me a little bit. So when the house is completely quiet like this, I'm able to get done, at this point, at least 45 minutes worth of work before she wakes up. Another thing that's really helped my transition into becoming a mom is a to-do list, but not like in time chunks. So before, I really worked off of a calendar with like certain times that I was going to do certain things. That just hasn't really worked for me as a mom. And in fact, I'll look at it, and if I've set it up like that for the day, I just feel like a failure. But by having a to do list whenever she is playing independently, or if it's nap time, or after she's gone to bed, I already have this to do list where I can glance at, grab something off of the high priority stuff, and punch that out and get stuff done. So about this time, she's probably waking up. Rarely do I actually have to wake her up. She's an early riser. I guess she's feeding off of my early riserness. And so I'll wake her up. And what I really love to do is share with her whatever I learned that morning on my podcast. I know that she's only one, and maybe she's not understanding so much, but it kind of reinforces it for me too. I share what I learned, what my takeaway was, how that impacted my day, how it's going to make me a more positive person throughout the day, or if it's something business wise, something that I want to implement in the business. I really talk to her about all of those things. So we talk about what we have held for the day, what we're going to do, that we're so grateful for the day. We really go through like a gratitude kind of rampage every morning together. So, about this time, we'll just go out on the balcony, take a deep breath of salt air. She loves going outside first thing. I think it sets the tone for her day too. And we do this before we start working out. So we just go out and we greet the sun. Usually she's up right around sunrise, which works out really perfectly. And so we can enjoy the sunrise together and then start our workout. Again, if your work schedule is different, like just juggle this around. I have no doubt that you'll be able to have a huge takeaway from this, from some tips and stuff that are going to help you. So at this point, we go ahead and start working out. She knows as soon as I pull those shoes out that it's time to work out. So she is ready to go. And she knows as soon as I grab the remote too, because all of our workouts are streamed to us. So we do the virtual sweat studio. All those workouts are streamed right to that TV that you see right there. And we're able to work out together on whatever time schedule that works for us. And then as a side note, the energy drink that you saw me drinking at the beginning of the video, that's also included in the virtual sweat studio. So if you need something that's a little bit more flexible with your life, or if you are ready for something fresh headed into summer, we would love to have you in the virtual sweat studio. I'll pop all that information in the description box below so you can read through and see if it's the right thing for you. So sometimes she'll just play around me, play with her toys. Sometimes she'll crawl in and out from the balcony. It's perfectly safe. I have eyeballs on her. Usually near the end of the workout, she's kind of just ready to like be held and interact. She does weigh 18 pounds at this point, so I figure if nothing else, then she's just kind of acting like dumbbells anyway. So I go ahead and I just hold her. I finish it. I don't believe that you have to have perfection to have results. So we just do this together. It's fun. She sees me getting healthy every single day. I feel like it's a good um, role model and a good, habit that she sees me do every single day. And so I would rather be consistent, get those results, do it from home, and have her see me do it than like hit a random studio like maybe 2 or 3 times a week. So now we have our smoothie. So I have her like little baby food smoothie or whatever. I go ahead and make my superfood smoothie. It has probiotics, prebiotics, like all the things to help with like the skin, the hair, the nails, the energy. And honestly, it's just super quick food in the morning. I don't want to, make a huge breakfast in the morning and then turn around and clean all that up. So I'd rather just make a smoothie and just get on with the day. So I make my smoothie and I grab hers, and then we usually have our smoothie together sitting outside. Again, really reiterating what I learned that morning because it's something to consume content as something to learn things through a podcast is a totally different thing to actually implement them. And so for me, by honestly saying it out loud a couple of times a day, it really helps me, I guess, solidify it and like put it into practice in my daily life. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. I'm so excited to see what takeaway that you decide to add in to your morning routine to make your morning routine a little bit easier. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in the next video.